Hello everyone, Mike here, and we are back in Kerbal Space Program. So, last time we got a very impressive amount of science. I'm actually quite happy just by landing right around over there in the... So, what we're going to do right away is we're going to do some research. So, this is going to be you're going to be witnessing, not really witnessing, you're going to be listening, I guess. That's probably the best words to be used. Listening to my thought process on what ones I want to get for like whether it's survivability, general rocketry, general construction, aviation, or flight control. Okay, so we're gonna start at the top and take a look at what we get. So you get a reliant liquid fuel, a thumper. Those are pretty decent. And we get FL T200s. So we might get that because that won't take out, we'll still have 33 science left. And then survivability, we'll get a heat shield. That will be useful. Rad panels, landing struts, radio mount chutes, and a service bay. That'll be useful. Flight control, we've got Delta Deluxes, inline reaction, aviation. This, because now here's where it becomes the questions of, do you want to go into space first, or do you want to go to like make planes first? And most of the time I do planes, but this time we're probably going to go to aviation. Or not aviation, rocketry. So we're going to grab probably these two. We're gonna nick those two. So we got 21 spare. We can't get anything with that, but that's okay. Actually, that science will become quite useful because you can make probodobody. I can't. Probodobodine. Probodobudine? I have no idea. Yeah. So, let's get a... We're gonna... Now what I usually do is I make a science module. So we have like the science junior. We're actually gonna... Just before I forget, I'm gonna drop a heat shield over the top. Can I not... I'm gonna have to play around with that. But what I do is I make a science section. Actually, we're gonna put a service bay. Make a science section, so like the part that we want to let's zoom. Okay, shift. Okay, I keep getting off traffic. Off traffic? Wow, off topic. I'm not getting off traffic because there is no traffic. Okay. Wow, tangents galore. Okay, so what I build usually is a science module, which is also tends to be my re-entry, like my system of re-entry system. I don't know what one would call it, but I make one of these, whatever you want to call it. So this service bay here will house our mystery goo and probably our antenna. Do we want the antenna there? And then, so we do a stack decouple of that. Can I can get to the communitron. Okay, so this is the part that will be returning from, well, for right now, just from like low atmosphere, because we're not going to be able to get very high with. Actually, we do have those thumpers, which aren't that bad, and I kind of want to do a struts. So we're going to use the cycle symmetry, and that should be good. So if when we do impact the ground, as seen last time, is sometimes the bottom part blows up, and that's not really useful for anything. Last time I did fuel because I didn't have these. Yeah, so I'm just going to continue kind of talking through what I'm doing. So let's take a look at this Mark 12R. Radially, so comparable to that. Let's see what the Mark 12R radial mount drogue shoot is. A small, deploys high up. Okay, so we're gonna drop down. Let's put 2 drogues so that we do decrease our speed, and then we're not going to go into command and control with the CIC. We're gonna drop 1 because I like to have backups and backups for my backups. Actually, that'll be hopefully a good enough placement. So backups for my backups, meaning I have a parachute there. Actually, we're going to stage that separately. I need those 2 to deploy in stage 2. So they go from in descending order. So we have these drop first, these suckers here, so we do slow down. Then we try this one, but that might get burnt up. So yeah. We deploy that, and if that doesn't work, we have 2 emergency shoots, which should be enough. I'm going to deploy rad panel, a couple of radiators, just so that we don't accidentally get more damage to our ship than necessary. Now what are we at right now for? We have like no delta V, which isn't surprising. 2 tons, we're at 17 parts, so we need to actually get work on. Let's drop a couple of these suckers. Not that. What do we have for parts now? We're at 20. Okay, that should be fine for. We're gonna put a. This one is actually better. So the Reliant is this. I'm just gonna make sure I have a Reliant. What's the crash tolerance of 7 meters per second? That's not bad. Then we're going to put a couple of. I think 2 thumpers is going to be far too excessive. Now this is a weird looking rocket. I don't want that to attach that way. And then we're going to put some winglets, attach those radially. Now, maybe if I try that's good enough, because that's what that is. Okay, so let's go over our staging. That shouldn't be in the same stage. That needs to fire. We're going to create a separate stage there. That should start firing when those detach. Actually, can I put any aerodynamic cones? There we go. Oh, seriously? What part can I remove? I know I like to say I have backups, but no, this is actually pretty cool. I haven't looked at any of this before. This will be worth reading if you don't know Kerbal Space Program. Okay, so we're at 21 tons. We do need electric charge, but doesn't this produce that should produce thrust. They're not thrust. That should produce electric charge. And we should be able to, within reason, safely land this sucker. We're going to save this as a low orbit LORV, low orbit reentry vehicle. Not really a re-entry vehicle. Exit and re-entry. First generation. So this could be this first generation low orbit re-entry vehicle for science. We're also gonna make LORV Mark 1. So save the LORV. And I'm just gonna leave the here and see if I can get this is I need to get to the mission control. Arnold R&D astronaut complex. No. R&D, no. Not here. I don't need to be in the tracking station. How to leave? Oh, there. Administrator, let's take a look. Oh, I guess I could just do like a bailout grant. Fundraising campaign? Actually, we're not going to do that for now. We are in fact going to go to the launch pad and load the LORV Mark 1. We are going to attempt to launch this vehicle. Okay, RCS, SAS on. RCS doesn't need to be on. Alright, so here really goes nothing. Safe liftoff. Marginally safe, I guess. We are wobbling a bit. Not bad, but not bad. Oh, we are now wobbling out of control. SAX or oh boy. Okay, so let's try well, this isn't going very well. Yeah, no, okay. We are going to revert flight to launch and see if there's anything we can do about the I don't have very much faith in this rocket, but do I have, those are just attached on one point. Okay, I don't need docking mode up. We talk about, oh. Let's get back to us. There we go. We're going to, can I put a thrust limiter on it? I should have actually probably put a thrust limit. So when it starts to list, we're just going to drop it. I'd like to call that a resounding success. By success, I mean it's spinning out of control. And disable our SAS. That might help, actually. Okay, so this is not going well. We need to go revisit this. Revert to vehicle assembly. Okay, so center thrust, center mass, aerodynamic relay. That's not as necessary. How about we remove this? That moves the center of mass up. And if I remember, center of mass is best when it is near your center of thrust. And your center of mass, center of thrust should be past your, past that, like that. No. And we lost. Oh, do we only have one of these? Two. We want to land like a tripod. I guess we're gonna have to put 4 on. Oh, hang on. I need to move it that way so that those fit. I'm gonna drop on the 2. Oh. Or not. Something like that. Oh, but that has. Something like this. That might actually be a bit. Well, we're gonna just test launch this assembly here. Radiators don't make up much weight. Okay, so we're gonna launch this. Hopefully this doesn't fall over. I probably should have removed those. Okay, so this isn't bad by itself. It's actually not that bad. So I'm impressed. We're going to use that. We are just barely gaining velocity. But it does start to lose its center of gravity. Okay, so there's something kind of screwy with this. So we're just gonna drop that. I really hope it also doesn't. There we go, we can roll it under the other way. Okay, so we're going to revert to vehicle assembly and figure out how to, because this works decent on straight lines. Let's see what happens when you remove that. Where does our center thrust and center of mass get closer? Come on. It's a bit finicky. We're just gonna knock those off. Oh, you might put some fins on instead of those. And what happens when you remove the heat shield? It doesn't move that very far. What else can we do to... Well, let's try it without its heat shield. See if that makes really any difference. For navigability. Okay, so it does seem like that heat shield did make a significant difference. Yeah, this is actually going a lot better than the previous one. And this is all about like troubleshooting. Oh, no, that's where it screws up because I'm just gonna revert that to launch and see if I can prevent that from happening again. This isn't going to be designed as a well, this isn't going to be launched as this is a test craft. This isn't actually we're not going to be using it to go anywhere. Well, the top part will be going somewhere eventually. Hopefully we can land in the mountains or something with it. Chase camera, that's better. Yeah, no, this is quite usable. Right about 5k up, we start some screwy stuff starts happening. And then that just deploys out, drop those chutes, and you just have to land this way. I'm just going to go to a test landing with this sucker. Like, realistically, we won't be going very far with this test, but it'll be a good test to see if this, what we have here is actually useful. We're going to disable SAS and try to swing this up this way, and then enable SAS. Actually, can we get anything from the science? Observe materials bay. Yeah. Sweet. Open. Observe the mystery goo. We've probably observed it at this height. Oh. Okay. We're going to close. Get that hit the ground. And we are now starting to gain velocity. So, think about getting more good shoots. Okay, so those deploy, we drop significantly slower. Oh, we didn't even really need those ones. Oh, we can actually change the altitude of them. That's cool. And then we got down to 1,000 meters, and we're gonna drop so unbelievably slow. It's gonna take us like 20 minutes even at super fast speed. And so ideally this is how we are going to be landing, like, well, I don't feel comfortable launching and dropping over there. Mostly because I don't have the experience landing a rocket. I can land rockets, but they land where they land, and I don't really determine where they land. Oh, so we should be good speed-wise for a landing. See? Perfect landing. Let's go for a bit of an EVA. And Mr. Kerman. Alright, let's board it and recover the vessel. We got a 20 something, 30 science. And we got funds back. Some of them. Let's go to R&D. And what do we really need? Actually, the basic science could be proved to be useful. Communitrons, we get batteries. I kind of want to get the aviation. We're gonna get avionics. And we're gonna try to figure out why this rocket is not liking us. So actually what we're gonna do is we're gonna rebuild the sucker. We have those adorable jet engines. We're gonna put our backs back on. And yeah, we should start retracted. We're gonna set the altitude that these go at as like 5K. Okay, so 5K up, those go. And then we're gonna make these go at like 1900. Yeah, 1900 should be good. Okay, so the Lorv. We're gonna put some of those on. And then actually the fins will do a lot more good for us. I'm gonna switch to radial, maybe not. No, that'll be good enough. Then we're at 28, so we could drop on tail connector, wing connector, tail fin. I'm gonna put some little itty bitty winglets on there. Okay, so this is the Lorv Mark II. Let's see how this sucker flies. Oh dear, I have to cut that out. Let's get our SAS on those. Okay. I probably should have set a thrust limiter for these. Well, here goes nothing. We are seeming to be doing better for stability. We need to realign with our SAS point. We're just gonna nose her back and reset our SAS. And try to maintain a constant velocity going upwards. So we're not doing that bad. We are not doing bad. Observe our material. Oh, we're in space. Hey! Okay, let's close those. Let's try to... Let's open it and... Oh, it'd help if I look through it properly. Observe our mystery goo. 10 science. Perfect. Close. Let's do a... I'd really laugh if we were able to get even somewhat high up. Oh, why isn't my... Why how to zoom in? Okay, so... we're just gonna cut her here and get us in a bit more of a sort of spherical kind of trajectory. We are actually gaining distance, so we might... We're gonna try to aim to land in the desert. Which we should be able to do. Oh, maybe not. Hang on, we're gonna try to roll that way and then go up and then try burn our last bit of fuel that way. Oh, we went the opposite way. We're gonna crash in the ocean. That's somewhat disappointing, but I'd consider this a fairly successful launch. We are 141,000 meters in the air, and I'm going to reset these and observe it again. 25 signs, okay. We're going to close those doors. We're going to attach the pod, and we are going to attempt to align it with our other orbit, so that our apoapsis. Actually, our node. Oh, there that goes. That'll crash back down eventually. Okay, so that's somewhat disappointing. I guess I went the opposite direction. I turned it so that we were going that way instead of that way. Well, that could be a goal for our avionics. We could try to take off, go around by the Hawaii thing, or like go over the mountains up and down that way. Well, seeing as this is taking a while, we're gonna speed things up a bit. Okay, and there we go. We want our ass end facing the ground so that we don't burn up our chutes. Because logically, you don't want to burn up your parachutes. Can we set this to like deploy at some ridiculous height? Or set these to deploy? Unsafe and risky. And that's because we're actually going to be re-entering. Yeah, we're going to start. It's going to get hot. Those are going to get hot. We're going to be a big ball of fire. But we are going to be gravity. Ooh, we're losing some stuff. But the rads are... Oh. Overheated. Oh, crap. I suppose it might be necessary to put the heat shield back on. Or, you know what, if we put the heat shield on the opposite side. Okay, well, I think this should be good for this episode. This is a fairly long one. So, I'll see you guys next time.